So, hello, welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. I'm once again here, and today we're gonna talk. Today is only a talking episode. I don't know actually why. There's multiple reasons. I believe, I guess, I assume. I really don't know. But yeah, we're gonna see after the intro as always. And so, I'm recording once again with my other phone because I am really unconscious in terms of like feared kind of as well that it's not going to work out as I wanted to work out, and that it is going to be shitty, and that yeah, I don't want to have that. I know this is not really something that I want to pursue and stuff. And I also hope that the audio is fine, because in the past 2 days, I guess, it wasn't that good. I know it wasn't that good, but I don't actually know. I mean, I think I could have done a better job at editing it all, but I did it how I did it, you know. I want to do a talking episode today because first of all, I wanted to just start the episode and I wanted to talk. And second of all, because I didn't want to just search for something once again and wait and have to wait and find something that's quote unquote good. And third of all, I do just want to try it out once again, because yesterday as I was sleeping in, I thought, why am I not talking? And or what would it change if I just be there? And what will happen if I just talk without any video? You know, if there is no video, what is going to happen then? And then I thought like, well, I mean, I could just also do it without just having the window there in front of me. Like I could also do that. I could also just make it very small so that I don't see myself. And it kind of, I think, acts in the same exact way as if, you know, there was actually no video. Besides the whole fact that my fans are pissing me off a little bit. And in general, a lot of things are pissing me off today quite a bit. And also yesterday I wasn't feeling that good, which is something that's fortunately happening really not often. That I feel demotivated or not motivated, and everything seems to be shitty and stuff. But we all get past that, and today I feel better. Today I feel much better, even though like I have to learn maths, and it is always a shitty thing. Even though the thing is, and I kind of have figured out why it might be such a huge thing for most people, as it, for example, also is for me. If I learn maths, then I often come to the conclusion that I do not have a lot of the vocabulary that I should have and that I actually need for solving the problems. Because the thing is, if you don't know the parameters, if you don't know the variables, then you're going to have a really incredibly hard time figuring out what the solution might be. You know, if you also don't understand the parameters, you know, or the variables, what are they doing? You know, is this for, I don't know, for this and that? Is it for an angle? Does this change how the whole thing actually looks? Does it make it round? Does it make it to a three-dimensional body? And all those things. Like, if you don't know the parameters and the variables, you can't actually figure out the solution, you know, because it could be everything. They could be doing everything. But if you know what they're doing, then you could also just use them. And the thing is, I just really like doing that stuff if I know the parameters. You know, if I really know what possibilities that I'm having, there's so many fucking amazing things that I can come up with, which is then always a pretty nice thing, you know, I believe, at least at my point of view. And I think, and this is probably something that a lot of people have also talked about or have been talking about, that maths in general is just a language. And this is why I also, in the first place, said vocabulary. I don't have all the vocabulary that I guess I need. And there is some things that I just don't know. And as I've actually watched a video today, or as I've been watching a video today, which was actually about learning maths, and I don't remember the guy, but it's a Chinese guy, and he is, as I have then I think found out, the coach of the Olympia team of the United States or something. If you just Google it, you're probably gonna find him. And he said that maths is not broad. It's not a broad subject. Like, of course, there's many different things we can talk about when it comes to mathematics. But the thing is, it is pretty deep. I mean, when it is about, I don't know, subtraction, if it is actually the noun, I don't know, or multiplication and all those things, you can just really start easy. You know, 1 times 1, 2 times 1, and all those things. These things are pretty easy, but it can also just really be difficult. And this is one part of the chain, multiplications, for example. And if you don't know this part of the chain, you're going to be completely fucked for the whole exercise. And the thing is, the complicated it gets, the more parameters and the more variables and the more vocabulary there is going to be, at least as I've seen it and as also he explained. And so if you just don't know one of these chains, if you don't know one of these pieces of the chain, you're going to be fucked up. You're not going to be able to do it, at least not consciously. And this is, I think, what is happening to me, and it really pisses me off because I feel like I'm wasting such a lot of time. This is also why I just said to myself, no, I gotta record right now. I have to do it anyway, but I feel like that it might be a good time to do that, which comes back to something that I've been talking about before, which is like structuring your day in a way that makes sense. If you understand about yourself that you're not able to just learn for more than 3 hours or something, then you just have to have something in between. And because you might also be doing something besides that, or you just be doing more than learning all day long, you could just do it at this point of time. And also with working out, you could also just be smart about that and stuff. There's a lot of great decisions that you could make or can make. But yeah, it is a fucked up thing, and I hate it so much. I hate it so much just because it's really difficult for me. It really is difficult for me. Like, indeed, even though I like it so much because I like figuring out things. I like being like, well, okay, this does this and this does that. So what if I just use both of them? What is going to happen? And trying that out and seeing what it does and then figuring out the solution by trying out things. This is just really something that I like to do. But as I said, if I don't have the parameters and if I don't know the variables, I'm going to have a really, really, really hard time doing so, which is a big point, a really big. The other thing is, which probably a lot of people are kind of struggling with, is that I guess, I'm not having so many social interactions with other people, obviously, I guess, at this point in time. But the thing is, we are so fortunate that we can just call somebody, we can text somebody. Shout out to my boys. I really, really appreciate that I'm having the ability, because even though like we're having the internet and we're having all those possibilities, but if you don't have any friends, then you're screwed as well. So I'm really thankful for that once again, and as well. And yeah, it's gonna pass, but I'm often also talking about fear and fearing what is gonna come, especially with my A levels, especially when it also comes to maths. Even though, like, I think, especially like I think in the morning or just yesterday afternoon, for example as well, because today I really have a hard time learning it, especially today, but I don't understand why. It's not really about concentration. It's also not about sleep. I've slept enough. I think 7.5 hours, which is just more than just most often, quite. Even though I'm having an eye on it, because I think it is smart, especially when I have to learn such a lot of things, and especially when I'm willing to work also such a lot, and when I'm also willing to just stay healthy, because something that I clearly see when I'm not sleeping enough is that I instantly get throat ache and stuff and shit and whatnot, and it pisses me off then, because it is unnecessary. I could just cut some time in the evening of just me watching some random fucking YouTube videos and go to sleep and go to bed and then feel really good the next morning, because I like the mornings. I really am productive in the mornings, and I really also appreciate that, even though it's also pretty difficult with working out in the morning, because I feel like that these are my really productive times, and so I maybe shouldn't be working out in the morning, but I should be doing something different. But I like to just get it out of the way so that I do not have to think about it later on in the day. But yeah, also the thing is, which is something that we all should keep in mind, is that we have enough time. It is 2:30 at this point of time, and I've quite done everything besides uploading and recording and just minor things. It's not really huge amount of things, but I also just have other things to do, like the school stuff, and I am able to just take a lot of time for doing that, which is something that I appreciate, something that I find really good. But yeah, I'm indeed a little bit feared that I'm not gonna be able to just make it, even though like all the 5 years of school right now, I've been able to just get through easily. I've never actually had a hard time with school and stuff. I've always been quite good, actually. But still, I've also just failed some exams, of course, especially in maths, or actually only in maths, as far as I remember. There was nothing else, I guess. No, there was not. And yeah, like it pisses me off a little bit because it is actually a pretty cool subject. This is the thing, and it's also not that of a difficult thing. You only just need to know the parameters, and it is, I don't know. So for all the people that are just still in school and stuff, please do a great job at learning stuff right now, because you're gonna need it later on as well. Not in terms of like, okay, after school you're probably gonna need it. Yeah, not, but yeah, which is also, I think, a huge point, or something we can also talk about. In terms of you don't need maths anyway after school, so why do you actually learn it, and why do you just make sure that you're gonna be good in your A levels and stuff like that, and whatnot. But I have to say, like, I just don't want to be feared. I just don't want to fear this day. I just want to feel good, just going into it and doing my stuff and knowing that it is gonna be fine, and that that I have done well. I don't need an A. I really don't. I really don't. But I also know that going for an A and learning for an A is something different than learning for a B or C or D or whatnot, because there's going to be more of work to do. And if I put in the work, then the possibilities are for me higher to just pass through relatively easily and without having to worry also during the exam, because I don't want to retake it. This is one of the things that I just do not want to do. Like, failing per se, I don't give a shit, but I just don't want to retake it. It's just way too much work, and I'm having quite some time now, and I should be learning it, and I should just be sticking to it. Just doing something every single day, and then it should be fine. I do have some time left, and we can really accomplish a lot in a day. I gotta have to say that. Like, I've actually once had a conversation with somebody on Instagram, because I've posted a post like, okay, we really underestimate what we're able to do in 10 minutes, which is the case. And then he quoted Bill Gates, I think it was, saying like, okay, we really overestimate what we can do in a day, but we really underestimate what we can do in a year or 10 years and stuff like that. But yes, indeed. I think we're just always misjudging things. Unless you really know yourself, then you're probably going to do a better job at that. But the thing is, we can really do a lot in 10 minutes. We can do something in 10 minutes that would just normally take us 2 hours, because we're so quote unquote perfectionistic, because we're just trying to make it as quote unquote good as we possibly can make it, and just all different kinds of things. And this is also, I don't know why I believe that we are going to be able, or that I'm going to be able to just get there if I really put in the hours and if I really put in the work. But yeah, it just pisses me off so much. I hate being bad at things. I really don't like it. Just whatever it might be about, I just don't like it. Whenever there is, I think, competition, I guess, because I don't know, like, I'm not able to play baseball, but I just also don't give a fuck about it because there's no competition. I do not have to do it anywhere in my life. But if there's something in my life and I have to do it and I'm doing it, then I just don't like to be bad, quite. But I think my main point is, and one of the main reasons why I do just not want to be bad, I guess, is I just don't want to be feared. I just don't want to have fear. And fear is such a bullshitty thing. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because the thing is, it is such a difficult thing. And once again, I have had to think more about mindset, because I guess, the thing is, I guess I could just really do it. No matter how just bad today's day was in terms of learning and stuff, I think I could really be doing it. I think I could really be not that bad, but I don't really believe in it quite. I am not like, and I've then just also tried to figure out, and I've just been thinking whether somewhere in my life I really think like, okay, I am gonna do that. I know that I'm gonna be able to do that. And I thought like, not really, because I most often feel like that I shouldn't overestimate my abilities, and I shouldn't be like, well, okay, this is gonna be easy, I'm gonna just do that. I do just always have respect of whatever I'm doing, I guess, if this makes sense. Just also English wise, I don't know. So I just always try to not underestimate things and situations and whatever it might be. And I just always try to just give it some respect and give it some yes, some value maybe as well if you want to. But yeah, it is a difficult thing. It is a difficult it's difficult times. But in the end, I really have a lot of time. I really have a lot of time, and I'm able to structure my day in a way that I can say, like, I have really a lot of time for doing the things that I should be doing, and for also just, yeah, I don't know, having a good day. Quite, it's these days are not that good, to be honest. I miss all the people quite. Something that I notice, and yeah, it's fucked up, man. And so please, once again, for all the people that are doing something is cool, for all the people that are doing something they know once in their lifetime they need to be able to do that, whatever it might be, then please stick to it right now. Please invest the 1 hour or 2 hours right now, because you just eventually have to do it anyway, in the end. And also, like, yeah, I don't know if it is just also the smartest way. I'm learning. Like, I just do all the exercises that I can find, and if I notice that there is something that I'm not able to do or that I don't understand, then I'm gonna stick to it until I quite understand it. And in this sheet that I'm just doing, or was just doing before, like, there's a lot of things that I wasn't able to do all of a sudden because I thought that I am able to do them. And might also be one of the reasons why it is good to just redo the tasks from time to time and stuff. And yeah, it really is indeed pissing me off a little bit, to really be honest, because I don't know, like, it's not really about time, but I don't really feel like, well, I could just be using the time in a different way. No, I think if I was just really good at it and whatnot, then I would just, I don't know, do some bullshitty thing, or I just would be learning something else, or I just would not be the person that I am and do something completely different. Could also be the case, but I can learn it. I know I was able to do it before, and I'm also going to be able to do it, but it's a relatively steep learning curve, I would say, and it's just not easy. It's just not easy. As so many things in life, it is just not easy. But it is also not like, wow, it's my life is so bad and stuff. Like, it is not. It clearly is not. I'm having everything. I'm sitting at fucking home. It's beautiful weather outside. I have enough to eat. I have enough water. I have everything. I'm so fucking privileged. It's insane, actually. But still, I don't like to not be not good at it. I just hate it so much. I really do. I in the end, I think, don't like failing, which I think you could boil it down to that. Yeah, I guess. Even though, like, I always have to remind myself on, like, okay, it is what it is. Failing is okay. Just move ahead. But the thing is, if I try out everything that I can fucking try out, and it is not working as I want it to work, then yeah, it really pisses me off, and I hate it. I don't like it. But yeah, on the other hand, I just also clearly see, like, I am not gonna use a lot of these things later on in my life. I really am not gonna use them. But as I said, I just really, really, really do not want to be feared. I want to just look forward to this. Not also looking forward to these days, but I just want to know, okay, day is gonna be there. I know the day. I know the date. Do I know the date? I think I know the date. I'm actually not quite sure. I know that the day is gonna come. And I do not want to be like, okay, tomorrow is going to be the day, and just be so excited and so fucked up, but in a negative way. I don't want to have that. I really do not want to have that. I don't want to feel bad all the fucking time, And especially, like, as I said before, like, I don't know what I would actually be doing besides that. And it's not that bad. Like, I have something else to learn as well, and I'm working on it as well. And just also there's some other stuff going on in my head, like, that yeah, it's strange. It really is strange. I haven't been feeling like I've been feeling yesterday in really a long time. I'm grateful for it, but it's also been interesting to see, like, what it is like to feel that way once again, and just see, and also maybe just get down to earth. Quite. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end the episode there. I hope it is okay. I hope you can just see something. I might have been able to give you something, but yeah, I don't know if I should actually also make the other episode like just talking, but it is a little tiny bit boring, I guess. But I just also think that it is good for me, like if I just talk about things that really piss me off and that I just that are in my head, you know. But yeah, anyway, the question of today, as yeah, it is loading. You know, I am just not gonna expect anything else than it's being on the load, you know. But it is there. Question of today is: can you do something to make somebody else's life better? And if you're not doing that, then you're wasting your time. A quote by Will Smith. I still think that it is an amazing quote. It's just really good. But yeah, wish you the best health, happiness, and also success. And also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered. Which basically means your legacy. Basically means just being a nice person and being remembered as a nice person. But yeah, 3 other questions that I'm having for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which would be a cool thing, an amazing thing, you know? But yeah, I'm hopefully gonna see you the next time. So bye bye. Maybe even subscribe. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I'll see you.